What is good? Group number one. For those of you who are drawn to the first image, this is going to be you all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on how are you being protected right now. What kind of protection is working in your favor? So we're just going to be getting a few messages, seeing what comes through. I don't think that I've done this topic before, but I woke up with it this morning. I guess it's a bit of a download, so I'm gonna do the topic. All right, so spirit guides, angels, benevolent, and venerated ancestors. This is for group number one. How is group number one being protected right now? What protections are around them? So the first word that came to mind was intuition, and then I looked down and saw the Hierophant here at the bottom of the deck. Excuse me. Um, you have a very spot on and very on point intuitive gift. And intuition is something that everybody has, everybody has it. But there are some people who are a little bit more intuitively inclined than others. Even like me, I'm a intuitive reader, so I can definitely resonate with this um, reading, at least thus far. But it's something about your intuition and how you tend to follow it on a very in like a very unconscious way or subconscious way. It's like your intuition picks up on things before you're even conscious and aware of it. So trying to think of an example. So let's say you are driving somewhere, and usually you take a certain route or maybe a certain highway to get to where you live. But maybe one day you, excuse me, you are, or you have this kind of like nudge or this random intuitive push to take a different route. Maybe that route takes you just a few minutes longer to get home, but you just kind of feel like going that route that day. That's how your protections work, is that your intuition is kind of nudges you towards different directions. So let's say you go your usual normal route, um but on that way there's a cop or a police officer that you may not see. Maybe you're going over the speed limit. I'm seeing somebody kind of speeding also. I don't know if you're a speed devil, but maybe you're going a little bit faster than you should. And if you were to go on that route, you would have gotten pulled over. So again, that's how I see your intuition working, is that, it may more so come through in a very random way. Like you're not like thinking at that time, like, oh, well, I don't want to get pulled over or anything like that. Like that's really on the back of your mind. You don't really care about that. Um, but again, for you, it's like you just kind of have that intuitive nudge and you just kind of do it, you know? You give off a bit of a serendipitous vibe, but that's very interesting. I want to get just a few more cards to kind of do a little bit more. I'm hearing I don't have to talk too much. So the King of Swords is known to be he's a king, he's a ruler. He is big boss, big daddy energy. In fact, he gives very much like CEO type of energy to me. But he is also somewhat gender neutral. Um, he's not loud with his leadership. He's not boisterous. He's actually he has silent power, meaning that he doesn't have to be the loudest one in the room. He doesn't have to be the most flashy in the room, but his presence, his energy commands respect. It, yeah, it just commands respect due to just, the way that he kind of saunters about. I really love the King of Swords energy. Um, but another form of protection I'm seeing for you is that you've learned to just kind of let things be, not in like a way of you letting other people like, cross your boundaries or, walk over you or anything. I don't feel like you're that way at all. Maybe in the past, but you have this way of commanding respect and commanding power or commanding respect um, without you having to be too loud about it. Again, it's something about your energy speaks for itself. You don't have to use your words. It just, you walk into a room and people can feel that shift without you having to say anything. So I feel like how that works as far as protection is that, again, like people can feel that power and energy from you, even if you're somebody who's kind of like reserved, kind of quiet, a little bit to yourself. Um, I'm hearing ambivert, so maybe some of you could be like an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert. Take what resonates, or you just may have like a mix of both. But what I'm really picking up is, energetically speaking, people just kind of know not to fuck with you. Now, this may kind of cause some people to not approach you at all. You may have people who kind of judge you from afar or assume things about you rather than just coming and asking you or talking to you. Um, so I feel like that works in your favor. It may be a little bit annoying and sometimes it can be a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Not sad, but like, you may just kind of wonder, like, okay, why do people not approach me? Or why do people not, is there something wrong with me? Or, you may kind of internalize it sometimes. Got this hermit at the bottom of the deck. So you may internalize this energy at times. But again, it's something that's working out it works out in your favor because it causes people to not even want to approach you in like a negative way, or people who have negative intentions, or even people who are just not of your highest good. So you just have this natural way of like, um you have this natural return to sender energy to you. Something about Tuesday, I think I read somewhere like people born on Tuesdays are like a walking, talking return to sender, meaning that negative energy sent towards you um, just kind of immediately goes back to where it came from. It's like that saying, I'm rubber, you're glue. It bounces off of me and sticks to you. And that's the energy that you truly possess. Like, you don't really have to do a lot of like spell work or, return to senders and things like that. Now, yes, you do absolutely want to keep up on your protection workings because, nobody's invincible. Um, but you're a tough shell to crack. Um, so again, like people just, especially more specifically, people who already have negative intentions or, aren't the best or most positive people. They just feel this feeling of like, oh, I'm hearing like something bad is going to happen. So maybe some people, when they do want to approach you with like negative intentions or not the best intentions, they may get like this, they may get like an intuitive nudge of like, okay, let's not fuck with them. Let's leave group number one be, because I feel like if I go over there with some bullshit, then something's not gonna go well for me. Um, So you have a very like again like a very powerful and commanding energy. You don't have to say a lot of words. In fact, you don't say a lot of words. You don't talk much about your protection. You're not somebody who boasts about like, oh God, don't play about me. Like you're not one of those people that have to boast about that or say that, because it again your energy just speaks for itself. Um, yeah, very very powerful energy you have. I feel like maybe in like certain past lives, you may have held very like powerful positions. You've had a lot of people to like respect you, a lot of people who've known you. Um, you may have been, excuse me, may have been in like the limelight in some sort of way in a past life, and I feel like that's kind of leaking over into this lifetime as well. Um, so I feel like part of this lifetime also is you also being in the limelight, you holding some sort of like leadership. Because this, all three cards here are like leadership cards, like heavy. So you have a heavy leadership energy. What is it? A life number one or something like that, whatever they call those. But I know number one is like number of leadership. So again, you have a very strong and powerful energy to you, and people just kind of know intuitively not to fuck with you. And I feel like you have a very strong spiritual backing as well with this higher front energy. You have very, very strong and powerful spiritual gifts that you possess, and people see that, and I feel like that works in your favor as well, because you may have people who put you on this high pedestal due to these spiritual gifts and talents, and due to that as well. As I'm seeing the five of wands, you may cause others to have a little bit of fear towards you. People may genuinely be scared of your gifts. People may be scared that you may call them out on their bullshit, because I feel like you're somebody who picks up on it very easily. You don't say much though. There's just something so like interesting about like people know that you know, but you don't say anything. You may be somebody who just you play the game also, Um, you just kind of sit back and see how things unfold, and when you do need to step in, you'll step in, but for the most part you just kind of let energy flow. And people, that really throws a lot of people off about you. Like people don't know how to King of Swords is also, at least to me, is somebody who's a little bit more difficult to read, like energetically reading, so people may not know how to read you, and again that works in your favor as well. Of protection is that again people don't know how to read your energy, so some people may not know how to sabotage you or know how to um uh yeah, sabotage or set traps for you. And even if people do set traps, getting Psalms 140, even if people do not or people do attempt to set traps in front of you, is something about your intuition. Again, it's like that unconscious way of like this police officer, kind of what I mentioned at the beginning, that police officer was hidden somewhere, if you were to go that usual route, but you intuitively going this other route cause you to dodge that bullet or dodge that ticket that you would have gotten if you've gone your usual way. So definitely listen to your intuition because it's super duper duper powerful. Um, but group number one, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out. What is good, group number two? For those of you who are drawn to the second image, This is going to be y'all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on how are you being protected? What protection is working in your favor? I think that's how I'm a word the reading. I'll probably change the title to something different when I upload it, but I don't know. I think it works. Maybe, maybe not. IDK. All right, so group number two, spirit guides, benevolent and venerated ancestors. Please provide clear, guided, healing, accurate messages on today for group number two. How is group number two being protected right now? How is group number two being protected right now? I saw the hermit at the bottom of the deck as I was shuffling. So something about like isolation or just kind of like being to yourself. You may be somebody who kind of prefers your own company. Um, you may be very much an introvert. You may prefer to kind of stay indoors versus going outside. You may go out every here and there, but your preference is more so of chilling inside, chilling indoors where it's where you feel very safe and comfortable. So I feel like that's part of your protection. Um, you may have even wondered like why do you not even have an urge or a want to like go out to to be a partier or to be a bar type of person or the type of person that likes to be around a lot of people, but that has been something your introvertness, I don't know if that's even a word, um has been something that has been really working in your favor because it protects you from being around energies that are just really not of your highest good. Anything else on that message? Mm, they want some cards. I give like one more. Okay. All right. So you got the Ace of Wands, the Hangman, and the Five of Pentacles. Then here at the bottom of the deck, you got the Moon. Um, it's funny. I was talking about like introvert being isolated, and then you got the Five of Pentacles, which literally talks about that, or like being left out in the cold. But this paired with the Hangman is it's been kind of more of like a feeling or like an internal feeling of like feeling lonely, feeling left out in the cold, feeling unsupported. Um, but what I'm drawn to is this church window here on the Five of Pentacles, and the church window is symbolic of divine protection and divine support. So you have like very heavy divine protection around you, like at all times. And that's kind of cliche to say, but everybody doesn't have it. It's a lot of people who claim, oh, God don't play about me, yada yada yada. A lot of people claim that, but it it honestly truly is not a lot of people who have that. Only truly like chosen people. I'm hearing chosen one. I never get that in my messages because I don't know. That's just kind of like very new age spirituality to me. But I'm hearing it for you. Like definitely a chosen one. You're one of the chosen ones. I keep hearing it now. So you're like super, like super divinely protected. Like when it seems like things are not going in your favor, that's your protection right there. Is when it seems like things are not going in your favor, they're actually going well in your favor. I'm hearing the phrase rejection is divine protection. So there may have been times where you may have felt rejected. Let's say you felt rejected from a person, somebody who you're dating or wanted to date. That rejection was because that person was no good for you. Even though you may have felt an attraction towards that person, um, your spirit guides knew what it was before you were even aware or enlightened of it. So it's like your divine protection steps in due to rejection at times, but it's protection before you are enlightened to why it had to happen that way. So, whether you got rejected from a person, a job, a place, whatever that may look like for you, it truly works out in your favor in the end, because it allows, or it makes room for something new and something better to come in with this Ace of Wands energy. I feel like that's also kind of like a sign for you when it comes to your manifestations. You may receive a rejection of some sort at first, but that's kind of like a signature from, or a little signal from your spirit guides, um, that, okay, this didn't work out because we got something else coming in. We just needed to move the energy along. So again, don't take certain rejections personal, because it's all in a divine plan for you. Um, what else, spirit? What else? Something about your mindset is also a form of protection for you. The way that you kind of, certain values that you may have and kind of cultivated over the years have really been a part of your protection as well. Again, kind of going back to that phrase, like I said, like rejection is divine protection. So like that's a specific belief. So maybe some of you already have that belief. You understand that when you are rejected from certain things, that means that there's something better, or you're just being protected from something. I feel like most of you already know that, or most of you already have that in your belt. So that protects you, or protects your mind from negative thoughts or negative thought patterns. So again, something about your belief system and certain values that you hold protect you from certain, like, again, like negative thought patterns, that you got some people who they're rejected from a person, and they'll automatically be like, oh well, maybe I'm ugly, or maybe there's something wrong with me. But you're not that type of person, at least not anymore. um and again, it's to where, like, again, like some people, they will get rejected, they have all these negative thoughts. But you're somebody who, you may get rejected, but you also have this belief that rejection is divine protection. So it protects you mentally, and it protects your heart as well from any like negative thought patterns that may interrupt the movement of your manifestations here. That's very deep. That's very serendipitous also. It's crazy how the universe works. Anything else, spirit guides? I kind of feel the energy kind of closing up. It's kind of funny when I feel like the energy, like the readings starting to close, like when I feel it, it's just kind of like the end of the reading. In my mind's eye, I kind of see it. I guess I'm saying it for a reason. I don't know. You know how like the Looney Tunes back in the old days, um, good old days. Um, you know, like at the end, it's like the little circle, then the little Porgy the Pig or whoever kind of steps out, says whatever they say, and then like the whole kind of closes up. That's kind of what I see in my mind's eye. I don't know if Looney Tunes is significant for you, um, or that significant for you. I don't know. Could be it could resonate with somebody around here. But yeah, you have a very unique form of protection. Like it's very, very different. I don't think I've really picked up on a message like that before. But just again, continue to listen to your intuition. Continue to um, stay strong mentally. I feel like you're a very strong individual. Specifically mentally, you just have a pretty good mindset. You have a good head on your shoulders, um, and you're really hard to. I'm hearing manipulate, but you're also really hard to kind of shake up. You know you have a very again a strong mind, a strong head on your shoulders. Um, and I feel like that also plays into your protection as well. It's the way that you're not able to be shaken up easily, even if you're faced with, you know, certain rejections or certain losses or feeling left out in the cold. Like no matter of any of these external circumstances you go through, you have a very strong mindset, and that protects you um, from messing up or delaying, because you can't really mess up your manifestations. You can delay them, um but you can't really like fuck it up much outside of delaying it, of course. But you know, again, like you're because when it comes to manifesting things, it's our mindset is so like so important. It's so vital for us to have positive mindset, and it's very cliche to say and talk about, but it's so true. Like we truly underestimate how powerful we are as manifestors by our thoughts, what we're thinking, what we're assuming. Um, so again, like certain beliefs and values that you hold really protect you from adopting certain negative beliefs or negative thought patterns that will delay or stop movement in your life or delay or stop your manifestations. And if this is your first time hearing that, definitely work on your mindset right now. You know, maybe do some subliminals, meditate more. If you're somebody who's always in your head, you may need to get a little bit more physically active to kind of shake up the energy more. Um, but yeah, group number two, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for you. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out. What is good, group number three? For those of you who are drawn to the third image, this is going to be y'all's reading on today. We're going to be getting some messages for y'all on how are you being protected? How is the universe protecting you? Or how does the universe protect you? All right, so spirit guides, angels, benevolent, and venerated ancestors. This is for group number three. For group number three, how are they being protected? For group number three, how are they being protected? Hmm. As I'm opening myself up to your energy, I'm seeing the color blue. Um, and I'm starting to kind of get a little bit hot now. And usually when I get this um type of feeling, and I'm also seeing blue, which I associate that with Archangel Michael. So I'm getting heavy, like angelic protection, and this could be from like a specific like archangel, and I'm also picking up um, ancestral protection as well, but definitely specifically angelic protection, like very divine energy. But I'm specifically picking up on Archangel Michael. He's definitely coming through strong with this group. I don't know if some of you may work with him, whether you work with him or not. I definitely feel like he's part of your spirit team. Oh, he's coming through so strong right now. Okay. Whew. So how is group number three being protected? And that's so funny. I was just talking about angelic um um protection, and then you have this angel right here on the card. I believe this is Archangel Gabriel on the judgment card. So Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel can be very significant for you. Let me get a few more cards. The word message or messenger keeps coming through. Just really wanted to come out. Okay. I'm also getting the word pivot. All right, so you got Judgment, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Four of Cups, and then the King of Pentacles. Then here at the bottom of the deck, you have the Tower. I feel like how you're being protected right now is kind of dependent on where you are putting your energy. I feel like your what's being protected specifically for you right now is your path and your journey to um, wealth and what's the word I'm looking for is something regarding your finances and even possibly your career here, but definitely specifically your finances is coming through strong with this group. Um, it's like as you are working towards like where you want to be financially or where you want to be within your career, um, there I'm seeing a lot of like I'm seeing specifically somebody they're walking on a road and they're blindfolded. It's like they're on the highway. They're not in the car or anything. They're just walking. They're blindfolded. They're walking along this highway. It's like they don't really know where they're going, but they hear things going on around them. It's like they're hearing around them like car crashes. They're hearing ambulances. They're hearing all these chaotic things happening around them, but they're just continuing to walk. It's like I walk by faith and not by sight. Oh, that's coming through really strong. I don't know if some of you may have grown up in church or grown up within like the or within like the Christian religion. Um, but it's like you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're following your calling. You're taking baby steps. You're not. It's like you're trusting the process right now, and because you are trusting the process, and because you're putting energy and faith within that process and that journey you're on, you're being protected from a lot of things that could go wrong, but is not going wrong. Um, Tower energy, especially more specifically in reverse, is about um, like dodging a bullet. So I feel like your protection is it's kind of like automatic. Ooh, okay. So what I'm getting, if you've ever seen what is the movie? I think it's Deadpool 2. So there's a mutant, but her superpower is very, very unique. Every other heroes, they may be able to shoot lasers or fly or um shapeshift and read minds and shit like that. But this specific mutant, her name is Domino, but her power is um probability manipulation. I think that's what it's called. So basically, she could fall out of an airplane without a parachute, but some way, somehow, like literally some super random serendipitous ways, um, like she lands completely fine. It may be like um she may land on a trampoline, or she may land on one of those like big blow up floats that be in like parades and stuff, and she's just fine. Or somebody could hold a gun right to her head and get ready to blow, and all of a sudden the gun just jams. It's like she doesn't, and but the thing is, she doesn't have to do anything. Like literally her power is dependent on her just being in the moment, but she doesn't necessarily have to even fight back. It just things just automatically kind of go in her way and go in her favor. So that's kind of like your superpower, almost in a, I guess, metaphorical way, or energetic way. Group number three is that things just tend to kind of go in your favor around you without you being aware of it, or without you even know about it. You have a very Your protection is very serendipitous. It's very like, just be in the moment, just exist, just do the things that you're meant to be doing, walk the path that you're meant to be walking, and things around you are being taken care of. So again, it's kind of going back to what I was seeing in my mind's eye about somebody walking on the highway, and they're blindfolded, but all these things are happening around them, but yet they're still walking straight. They're still walking towards the direction, um, that they're being called to go to. I'm hearing land of milk and honey. I'm getting a lot of like Christian or very like religious, um like scriptures or quotes or sayings and things like that. um I don't know, that could be significant for somebody here, or maybe somebody here, you may work with Yeshua or Jesus in that, as Westerners call him. um but yeah, yeah, your type of protection is kind of weird. It's like you tend to always land on your feet, even in the most of chaotic of situations, even in the most um, destructive things that may be going on around you. You always land on your feet, and it's like people wonder why, or how do you do that, or how do you like how do things always just tend to kind of go in your favor? How do things always kind of just work out for you, in the end, even if it's not necessarily like your most desired outcome? It's more so of you're all right. Things just become all right for you, if not better. um I'm hearing testimony. Dang, what's all these like church references I'm picking up? I don't know, church is significant for y'all, or if you go to church, or you are, you do consider yourself religious, or, a Christian or any of that, no judgment here at all. Um, Jesus comes through in my readings too. So again, no judgment. But yeah, I don't know. Like yours is so the other two groups, they were pretty kind of clear cut, but yours is, I don't know. Again, it's like what I was saying before. Like it's just like what was her superpower? Probability manipulation. Like you're like all you have to do is walk your path, do the things you're supposed to be doing, and roads are being cleared for you. Like you somebody, you don't even have to do like road opener spells or blockbusters. You can do them, just for a little razzle dazzle if you want to, but you don't have to because those your roads are always being cleared. Your path is always being clear. Obstacles and blockages are always being removed from your path. Again, as long as you're just moving forward and continuing to push through, it just works out for you. Hmm. Yeah, it's like the four in the four of cups. He's just kind of like sitting there. Seems like they're bored, or maybe even thinking or contemplating. Kind of reminds me of like four of swords. Um, but then like there's this cup being offered to him. He's not even paying attention to it. So again, it's like you don't even see how bad things could go for you because things don't go as bad as they could for you. Now, sure, you have your ups and you have your downs. You for sure have your downs, but again, it's just something about despite having those downs, things just always work out well for you. You don't know how, other people don't know how. I mean, you know how because you know that you're divinely protected. Um, but again, like it's just, I don't know, just a little bit different. Like your protection is very different. But the only advice I have for you from your spirit team is to keep on walking, keep on pushing forward. You don't have to take big steps. In fact, you're actually being encouraged to take small steps towards your goals, your dreams, your visions that you have for yourself regarding your finances and regarding your career. You have the King of Pentacles showing up in your energy. So this is the energy. This is your outcome of you taking um, these small but mighty steps. Very interesting energy. I really like this for you. Um, so group number three, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out.